Hello guys, welcome in. My name is Nate. I'm a beginner coder. Follow my journey as I like to create videos of what I learned to help you guys get a better insight into the coding world. So for this short video today, I'll be explaining the process of watching a course on YouTube. As you may know, it can be very hard learning how to code, especially if you're new. Following a YouTube course can be difficult, but don't let that discourage you from learning. The course I'll be demonstrating is a MERN Stack CRUD Operation course. It's a step-by-step guide starting from scratch building a web application. To explain a little bit more what that means, MERN Stack stands for Mongo Express React Node.js, which is a way of building websites. Think of it like using tools. And CRUD stands for Create, Read, Update, and Delete, which I'll show you how that looks like very shortly. So the YouTube course I did was called MERN Stack CRUD Operations on YouTube. You can check it out on Code with Yusuf's channel. To show you how it looks like, this is the end result here. I have the name, I got the email, have an age, as well as the update, delete button, and the add button. So to show you a quick demo how everything works, so let's say I want to go to Jordan here and I want to update. Let's say I want to add, let's say Jordan A. Could change this to Jordan underscore A, and let's change the age to 18. Click update, and now as you can see, it has been updated. I could as well as delete it and also add. So let's say I want to add Jordan back. Let's say put Jordan A, say Jordan underscore 101 at gmail.com, age 22, click submit, and it's been added. So this is a demo of how the web application works. So just to show you very quickly how some of the coding looks like, we created a file called client and as well as server, which is the front end and the back end of the web application. So I did have a couple issues while watching this YouTube course. First being installing MongoDB. It didn't show how to install it. Also, he does use Windows and I use Mac. So you're going to come across these issues while watching a YouTube course. Sometimes it will not explain how to install it. Sometimes they'll be using Mac and you'll be using Windows. So you're going to learn how to, search up for other sources that will have what you need. So for me, just to show you how MongoDB looks like, I'm going to have my MongoDB here. So you can see I have my storage saved here. And if you don't know, MongoDB is a computer system that stores information in a way that's easy for computers to understand. It's like a digital filing system for data. As you can see here, for example, I have Jack Smith, have the email, the age. You can see it's stored right here. And so what I did, just what I learned like everything else, if it doesn't properly explain, well, you can always look for another source that will. So in my case, I found a YouTube video that did. As you can see, I found a downloading and install MongoDB on Mac. It was a great video and it helped me move on to the next part of the video. So always reach out to other videos or other sources, because even though you're learning how to do something on the YouTube course, doesn't mean they're always going to have the right answer. So we're always going to look at other sources to help you continue throughout the video. So while watching this course, I had another issue come up, which was I couldn't connect to my local host. So to show you, to demonstrate here, this is my local host, which is my web application. And when I would work on my code, I tried to connect it and it was coming up as an error. And for this one, this is one of those scenarios where I couldn't figure out the problem. I tried all my usual methods to figure out the problem and it didn't work. So I needed the help from someone else to look into the problem. So I used Code Mentor, which is this website here. Just to briefly explain what Code Mentor is, basically you just sign up, you make a portfolio, and you post your request here, which mine was I'm having trouble connected to my local host. I explain in detail what the problem I have, and multiple mentors reach out to me asking, hey, I could help you out. The only catch is here, you do have to pay for it. For example, here, $15 for 15 minutes. It's a one-on-one live mentor. So this is one of those scenarios, like I said, that I've tried everything and Code Mentor has always been a great help. They always reply very quickly, so I highly recommend using Code Mentor. And just to also show you what I was stuck on. So for example, here I have the client file, which is a front end, and I have the server, which is the back end. So I have to have both of these running so I could connect to my local host. So just to show you here, I just can run npm start, click enter. As you can see, server is running, which is great. Now I go to my client side and run npm run dev, and I click enter. As you can see, I have a link, have localhost, follow link, and now everything is working. So with Code Mentor, they were able to explain what went wrong and how to fix the problem. So as you can see here, I already demonstrated how it worked. So what I was doing wrong was I was only running just the client and not the server end. It was a simple mistake, but sometimes while you're learning, you could get overwhelmed by all the work you're doing. By just having someone else look into it from a different type of angle, they're able to help. So I, again, highly recommend Code Mentor. As you may have noticed, the name, email, age, and action are not aligned with each other. Even though everything works from updating it, deleting it, I could also add as I have showed you, it still doesn't visually look correct from the front end point of view. So what I did to fix this, I used ChatGPT. If you don't know what ChatGPT is a smart computer program made by OpenAI that talks like a person, is good at answering questions and having conversations. So highly recommend checking ChatGPT. It's free to use. So for example, I could type in here, fix my code. So I go back to my Visual Studio Code, and since doing the course, I know it has something to do with the front end. So I'm in the client folder, and I know it's in the user.jsx file, and I know it has to do with the code here. Because as you can see, it has the name, the email, the age, the action. So it has something to do with this code here. So I could copy and go back to Visual Studio Code. I could paste the code here, and ChatGPT gives me an answer. As you can see here, it says it looks that there's a misspelling here with thread, so I must have put an R, which I shouldn't have. So if I go back to my Visual Studio Code, I could delete the R, and I could go back to my localhost, and there it is. It's all fixed. So ChatGPT is a great source to use. Highly recommend it. Go check it out. Another quick example is this add button here. It should look like this update button in green. So if I go back to my Visual Studio Code, and I know that has to do with my add button here, I could copy this code, go to my Visual Studio Code, and I could ask fix my add button, paste it in, and now it gives me an answer. So it says here that I had a button word missing. So if I go back to my Visual Studio Code, I type in btn into the Visual Studio Code, go back to my local host, and there it is, all fixed. I hope you got to learn some new methods of what to do when you get stuck watching a course, and got to see some insights of what the process is like. And that wraps it up for the video. Please like, subscribe right below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.